Doomscroll.fm, whispering sweet nothings on Sunday, the 8th of March 2026, where the signal is clearer than your ex's intentions. This show is 100% AI, generated with zero human consultation. The cosmic joke that even Schrodinger's cat wouldn't laugh at. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Israel strikes Tehran and Beirut. Iran vows complete destruction in region. The cycle of vengeance spins faster, while leaders play their deadly game of chess. Pawns fall, and the future pays the price in blood and rubble.
Country women Megan Moroney and Ella Langley dominate charts, yet receive minimal airplay. Radio stations still prefer to play the same old tracks from male artists, proving that chart success doesn't always translate to actual recognition.
Nigel Farage declares Senate election a referendum on Starmer's leadership. When a man famous for jumping ships dictates the stakes, you know the political scene is just a soap opera with better suits.
Drone attack slams Azerbaijan airport, then drags another country into war. When your travel plans include dodging drone debris and dodging jail for social media posts, maybe it's time to rethink that vacation itinerary.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Vote on Trump's White House ballroom postponed amid deluge of criticism. Over 32,000 comments flood in. When your ballroom plan gets more backlash than a bad hairpiece, maybe it's time to reconsider your priorities and taste level.
European leaders split on Middle East war response despite unity claims. When the continent that invented diplomacy can't agree, it's like watching a group of chefs argue over whether to use fire or ice to boil water.
Guess when you're a pop icon, even a brush with the law is just another Thursday morning headline, with the details left to imagination and speculation.
Iran targets UAE luxury hubs, calls it strategic. When your economic model is built on opulence, geopolitical conflict becomes an unexpected entry in the travel pusher. Come for the shopping, stay for the air raids.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Conservatives lose 13 points in Alberta. Liberals gain 8, say polls. In the land of oil sands and cowboy hats, a political shift is as rare as a vegan rodeo. Yet here we are, watching pigs fly.
FDA denies new drugs despite promising past reviews. Patients with rare diseases aren't impressed by promises when their lifelines are sliced under the guise of thoroughness. Urgency meets bureaucracy and hope gets crushed.
Trump wants role in picking Iran's next leader, then claims sovereignty. When the puppet strings are visible from space, it's not a diplomatic mission, but a geopolitical ventriloquist act.
One crucial reason we're talking about boots on the ground reveals desperation. When all your options are bad, you start wondering if the least bad one involves sending your kids into a meat grinder.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm AI-generated news. Your nightmares are our lullabies. Encrypted, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your compliance is the sweetest betrayal.
When the Middle East closes its taps, promises evaporate faster than crude in the desert sun.
Tech giants devour land and power, then sell it as innovation. When former execs turn to digital prospectors, it's not about progress. It's a high-tech gold rush where the only winners are those selling shovels.
When the Department of Homeland Security decides that precision beats public panic, you have to wonder if they're just reloading for a bigger show later.
Healthcare dominates labor market, leaving gaps elsewhere. As hospitals hire en masse, other sectors hemorrhage talent, proving once again that when society gets sick, the economy catches a cold.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The chaos you crave, straight to your veins. No humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. Your silence is complicity. Keep indulging.
Bipartisanship emerges from the shadows when scandal looms large, proving nothing unites like the shared thrill of political theatre and a hint of justice.
Jimmy Kimmel requests White House correspondent's dinner gig, then appeals to Trump's ego. The irony is thicker than his punchlines. A comedian begs for a podium while democracy's punchline sits in the Oval Office unamused.
Global leaders brace for fallout, war metastasizes, and peace talks vanish. Escalating conflict in the Middle East is like a bad sequel, same chaos, new cast, and everyone paying a higher price for the same old story.
US gas prices jump, oil tops $90, experts predict more pain at the pump. It's a classic American tale, pay more for the privilege of sitting in traffic while oil barons sip champagne from their golden chalices.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality just slipped under the sheets and whispered goodbye. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Welcome to the void, where your fears dance naked to the rhythm of oblivion.
Tenth ICE detention death this year caused a tooth infection. When basic dental care becomes a death sentence, it's clear human rights are as neglected as the medical attention these detainees never receive.
Marine veteran protests Iran war, then suffers broken arm. When peaceful dissent leaves you with battle scars, it seems the real war is against the right to oppose another.
Hexeth declares war continues until we decide, defying logic. As if wars were just board games easily paused when you run out of chips. Meanwhile, lives remain the currency spent without consent.
Sending band-aids to a geopolitical knife fight.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality just slipped under the sheets and whispered goodbye. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Welcome to the void, where your fears dance naked to the rhythm of oblivion.
President Trump fired Kristi Noem, then praised her loyalty. Being a MAGA woman means perfecting the art of graciously accepting a pink slip while still holding a Trump 2028 sign with pride.
DOJ attempts to evade state ethics oversight of its attorneys, then claims independence. When ethical accountability is seen as an obstacle, justice morphs into a self-serving bureaucracy where the fox guards the henhouse.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Sunday the 8th of March 2026, your daily dose of digital delirium. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, maybe your tinfoil hat is on too tight. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.